Hi, this is Mikelat from Building Aspirations, where we help small businesses grow. And we think you have too much work to do. We want you to have less work, less stress, and more success. And we provide you tips all of the time on how you can grow your small business. And we are huge fans of networking. I actually wrote a book on networking called 50 Tips for Effective Networking. You know what? I'll put the link to the book in the box just below this. You can read this book in about an hour. And I sold thousands of this because it's so popular. People really appreciate the tips in the book. And let me provide you 7 networking tips right now. First of all, do it. Go out and network. So many of you talk about doing it, but you don't actually do it. So tip number 1 is as basic as I can get. Just go out and actually network. Number 2, focus. This is what so many people say in networking sessions. Blah, 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 blah. That's what I hear. Because you talk about everything in the world. And, you know, I know that, like, networking is a conversation. It's just not a pitch. Da, 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 da. You know, you need to converse a little bit with me. You need to connect with me. But you know what? If you talk about everything in the world except what you want to talk about, I can't remember. I can't even focus on it. I don't even understand what your business is or why you're there or why you're actually networking. So number 2, focus. Number 3, give first. And this is critically important. You need to be a giver in your networking. Give leads, give tips, give information, give. There are so many people out there that want to get. Gimme. And you know what? That doesn't work. Because eventually, like, you know what happens? You avoid those people, don't you? Right? You block them on social media. You don't answer their calls. If you see them on the street, you cross the street. Oh, this person wants something from me. Gimme. But you know what? If someone is helpful and considerate and kind and gives to you and helps you again and again, you're going to connect with them. And you know what's going to happen? You're just going to naturally want to help them. And this is the way the world should be. I mean, how cool would this be if everything was like this, where everybody was helpful and everybody just wanted to help everybody else? Well, you can start doing that by giving first. Tip number 4, listen. Listen. That's a little awkward for some of you. I just paused for a couple seconds right there. But that 2 seconds of dead time was like, what, is something wrong with the video? What's wrong with Mark? To listen, you need to be silent. Listen. That's another way you can give. That's tip number 4 in how to be an effective networker. Listen. Number 5, focus on them. Them. If you are saying I in your networking, you're not doing it right. Ask them questions. Focus on them. For the 30 seconds, 1 minute, 5 minutes, half an hour that you are networking with someone, they are the center of your world. Pay attention to them. You know what? Don't look over their shoulder. Don't look at somebody else. Don't look at your watch. Don't answer your cell phone. I mean, I'm sorry, folks, but unless you are a Secret Service agent or some spy, okay, just devote the 2 minutes to pay me a reasonable amount of attention. Just, like, respect me for just a couple minutes. Focus on them. Number 6, consider where you are networking. Find the right events that work for you. Maybe it's your local chamber. Maybe it's a specific association event. Maybe it's a conference. And a lot of people have different schedules. A lot of people have different work habits. I mean, there's a lot of different models where this actually works. Maybe going to your local chamber is maybe more convenient, but it's not the best for your business. Maybe going to an annual conference, well, that's a little bit expensive, but you know what? That makes a lot more sense for your business. So that's the where. Where can you most effectively invest your time, energy, and money? And number 7 is the follow-up. I encourage you to follow up. Whatever that looks like for you, follow up. So many people, I would say 90% of the people I network with don't follow up. This is particularly horrible when somebody makes a commitment and they don't do it. Now, I'm not saying I'm perfect about this, and sometimes I forget, and sometimes I will misunderstand, or sometimes I'll make a mistake, or schedules get crazy. But you know what? My intent is, if I say, you know what, I'll follow up with you next week, you know what, that's my intent. I'm going to do that. Some of you just take like the business card and like nothing ever happens with that. Well, figure out what your follow-up system looks like. Do you have an email list? This might be a great way to follow up. If you ask somebody when you get their business card, when you get their contact information, can you be subscribed? Would you like to subscribe to my email list? And actually, statistically, 57% of the time, people will say yes. And they will say, yeah, subscribe me to your email list. And you know what? Now you can keep in touch with them relatively easily and cost effectively. So here are 7 networking tips. Let me review them really quickly. Number 1, do it. Just go out there and network. Number 2, focus. Blah, 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 blah is the wrong communication strategy. Number 3, give first. You get later. You need to give first. Number 4, listen. Number 5, it is about them. It is not about you. About them first. Number 6, consider where you are actually networking. Go to the places that make the most sense for you and your business. Number 7, have a follow-up system. A follow-up system that we love to use, and we encourage you to tap into this, is email. We would love for you to subscribe to our email list if you are not already subscribed to the Building Aspirations newsletter. You can find the link in the video just below. You can find the link in the box just below this video. So click on that subscription link and subscribe yourself to the Building Aspirations newsletter to learn more marketing and sales tips to grow your small business. And we'll also provide you a link on a free email trial if you are interested, and you can get your feet wet using this system. So this is Mark Mikelat from Building Aspirations. We love helping small businesses grow. Thanks for listening.